what's up? I'm gonna be doing this video on Lilly Singh. So basically, there are a lot of haters. A lot of people who are criticizing her show. A lot of haters against her comedy. She's stealing jokes. She's acting black, etc., etc. And all I gotta say is, everybody who has criticized her, if she had a race card, if she was black, you guys wouldn't say a damn thing, and that's for real. All right, now she's the first, I guess she's the first woman of color, but a minority. She's Indian. She's she's outside of that black, white, African, European mixture that occurs a lot in Hollywood over the last 20 years because of a lot of selective racism and cowardice from people in the industry who pretty much, gave up a multicultural version of America to a racialized black and white America, which is garbage, because there have been enormous contributions from Asian Americans, from Latino Americans in every single field of this country. Latino Americans have been in this country since the beginning of time. Asians have been in this country since the 1800s. There is no reason why there should be this many blacks and white people, Africans and Europeans on TV. All right, but here's the thing about Lilly Singh. She deserved her show. She deserved a platform for her comedy. She deserves every bit of credit that she gets because she is a pioneer. All right, she is a pioneer as much as Ellen DeGeneres was a pioneer for the gay movement. She is a pioneer. All right, she's gonna have a ton of criticism. She's gonna have a ton of people hating on her. She might fail, she might succeed. It's not gonna matter. All right, but all you guys here, all you guys and women who have criticized her show for the stupidest reasons, get over it. All right, get over it because she's a pioneer. Things are changing. Too bad. All right, if she was black or white, I'm sure you guys, would have a different spin on your criticism of her. But because she's Indian, she's Asian. Okay, you guys aren't used to seeing Indians on TV, Indian American, Indian Canadian, Indian Westernized Indians on TV, the way she presents herself, that you guys need to say, oh, it's cringy. Oh, criticize her for having, I guess, if you label her as acting black, then I guess you could label a lot of black people, majority of black people, as acting white. I don't know what acting black is. Every one of you who criticize her for acting black. So black people in America are not black people. They're mulatto at best. All right, 60% of African Americans, they should be just called mulattoes or some version of mestizos. That names that term given to Latino Americans with a mixture of Native American and European blood, which is what black people are in this country, which is what majority of black people are in this country, trying to reclaim that heritage of African. The Africans are in Africa, all right? They're 100% African, 99% African, all right? Those are the Africans. You guys are not African Americans. You guys are not African. And this is not me trying to criticize black people. This is just me trying to give you guys facts regarding, all right? Okay, she can't be acting black because there's no such thing, all right? Because apparently black people, you got a European, most of you guys have European first name, European last name, or at best a Middle Eastern Arab first name and some version of that stuff. your religion is Christianity, or some version of a westernized, Middle Eastern religion. It's not even African. All right. 60% of you guys have some kind of mixture of white blood, Native American blood. 30% of you guys have white chromosomes from the slave masters from before. So you guys are not black. All right. Every single thing in hip hop, everything you guys brag about is some version of something made by somebody else of a different race and not African. All right. Let's be real about this. All right. For all you guys who want to just leave me a comment, hate me on this, I have nothing against black people. All right. But I have something against people who want to just twist the truth, lie about stuff, telling people about a history that doesn't exist. All right. So there you have it about that whole black thing. She's not acting black. She wears dreadlocks. Dreadlocks are not a black thing. It's a Middle Eastern thing. It's been around since forever in the Middle East. Didn't originate in Africa. Well, it didn't originate in the African part of Africa. The parts where you guys don't want to brag about at all. You guys would want to brag about that 5% of Egypt, which are Caucasian by DNA test, Tutankhamun and all those people. But I digress on this. I digress. Regarding her joke stealing, look, she has writers that write her jokes. I'm sure she doesn't write her own jokes. So if you guys have issues with that, you probably have issues with her writers and not her. All right? Not her. As far as the whole joke stealing crap is concerned, I am amazed that the comedy industry is an industry at all. Okay? You guys tell jokes for a living, motherfucker. All right? You're not geniuses. You tell jokes for a living. All right? There's a whole road outside of Dave Chappelle, Jerry Seinfeld. There's a whole road of people on that road who died of suicide, sold out, prostituted, making like freaking $7 a gig, $50 a gig, or whatever it is. All right? You guys are not doing some fucking intellectual fucking rocket science work. All right, please, enough. All right, the media unfortunately gives you guys, as much as other entertainers, a voice, and that's the only thing that separates you from every other job, is that voice that you have if you guys get famous. All right, and for all of you comedians who want to just go and bash me for not appreciating your craft, you know what? I can't take you guys seriously. I really can't. Particularly if you watch my videos on Dave Chappelle and that dude who actually got fired from Saturday Night Live, you guys are the biggest cowards, annoyingly biggest cowards, illogical retards on the planet. All right, telling people, trying to force your opinion on people, trying to tell people that, you guys, are not racist because you guys make fun of everybody, yet you guys do not actually make fun of everybody on the same level. You guys are careful when it comes to blacks and Jews, but then when it comes to everybody else, you guys will go level 10 on the racism scale. That's not making fun of everybody on the same level, guys, all right? But going back to Lilly Singh, all right, for all you haters out there, screw you. All right, I'm neither a fan of Lilly Singh nor not a fan of hers. Okay? And I've never been, I've watched some of her videos on YouTube. Some of it is funny, majority of it I couldn't care less for. I don't subscribe to her. I don't subscribe to anybody. But, I mean, if you ask me whether I thought she was, everybody has their own taste, okay? But I just want to say to every one of you people who have an issue with Lilly Singh and stuff, get used to it. There's going to be more and more of people who are not black or white, who are not African or European. This garbage that I've been seeing for the last 20 years, where you get a certain, white people used to be the umbrella where they threw out roles, for everybody kind of equally, at one point previous to the last 20 years. But since the blacks got in Hollywood, they kind of racialized to a black-white standard, which should never have existed. Ever. Which should never have come into play ever. And it's only been maybe the last 5 years where other groups have gotten traction in the industry. The LGBTs, women's fighting for their women's, group. People who are against fat shamers, they're fighting for their thing. Asian Americans, Latino Americans. Latino Americans should actually be the second largest group in the American media, since they have been the largest group in this country since the early 2000s, like 2001 or something like that. And that's not the case today. Don't know why. I think the Mexicans should be absolutely pissed off at that situation. Why are black people the second largest group in Hollywood when they are not the second largest group in the media? I mean, in America. Enough is enough with this garbage. They're playing political games, all right? I'm personally tired of it, all right? I'm not white. I'm not black, all right? And it really doesn't matter what I am, okay? I am trying to look at this as fair as possible, okay? Give everybody a chance, all right? Give everybody a chance, okay? When gay people started gaining momentum for, here's the way it works, okay? You can look at blacks as the model for here's the way it works, okay? 2000s, there weren't a lot of blacks in media, all right? People didn't want to see them, but they kept on pushing, push the civil rights organizations, NAACP, Jesse Jackson kept on pushing Hollywood to keep on pushing the crappiest programs, black programs, okay? It's like this with Hollywood. You got to keep on throwing shit on the wall until stuff sticks. And that's the way it works, okay? And that's the only reason why in 2019 black people got as much movie stars, TV stars, and all that on TV, representation on TVs, in the movies as they do. All right, but it shouldn't have been that way. It should have been everybody had a fair representation of the American media pie. But it's only been the last 5 years that everybody else has gotten traction on that. And it's not just work, it's not just jobs. All right, representation means that it has a huge effect on the American public. All right, it has a huge effect on everything. All right, the media has a huge effect on how people are treated on a social level, are treated on a corporate level, are treated on everything. It affects everything. All right, so for all you guys to constantly bash other groups wanting the best representation that they can get, all right, this is about advertising for racial advertising. It's what it is. Group advertising. It's what it is. Coke, Pepsi, McDonald's, Burger King, Popeyes, Wendy's. Look, this is the way it is. Okay, I'm throwing that out as a real thing. This is the way it is. This is the reason why blacks over the last 20 years have done nothing but bitch to the media whenever they see anything negative about them, because they know that it affects how people see them in society. This is the way the gays handle their stuff, as far as, there's a GLAAD Awards to Great Hollywood on how they represent gays, on whether there's an improvement in representation. And then the NAACP has the NAACP Awards. The Latinos has their... Okay, it's very, very, very important, okay? She is an extremely important figure. And whether you like her or not, there is something, at the very least, encapsulating about her to a lot of people, where they watch her show and she was given a chance on a late night show where the demographics are very strict. All right, but I'm just saying that. For all you haters, just shut up. All right, just shut up. For all you blacks hating on her, all right, this is where she is where you guys were 20 years ago. So if you're going to hate on her, You can do that, but you gotta give back every single thing you guys got over the last 20 years, and then you could throw it at her. As far as white people hating on her, look, if you didn't have a problem with blacks and Jews constantly bitching about, they want their stuff and you better be giving it to them, you're not gonna have a problem with her and everybody else wanting their stuff. Everybody else wants their piece of the pie. All right, they don't want to be represented badly. They don't want to be stereotyped badly. They do not want your bias and racism against them. Okay, all right. All you haters are nothing more than a bunch of cowards. All you haters are nothing more than a bunch of childish, illogical retards. That's all you guys are, and that is the absolute truth. All right, and you guys don't think so? Take some time. Think about it. All right, stop being a bunch of hypocrites. Grow the freaking hell up. Just grow up. All right, stop hating on a woman who has been successful, who continues to be successful, who's rich, who has a show, and even if this show gets canceled, all right, she's gonna have the same road that Ellen DeGeneres had. Okay, when she came out on her show got canceled. All right, got canceled, and she was doing nothing for a little bit, and then she got traction. People got used to seeing a gay person on TV, in the movies and stuff like that. At this point, she's probably the second biggest. She's an A-lister. All right, she's an A-lister. Probably at this point, probably the biggest talk show host that there is out there, and people love her. All right, it's just gonna be. It is the way it is. All right, it is gonna be the way it is. If you don't like it, too bad. All right, get something. Do it, yo. All I can say is, stop being a bunch of hypocrites. All right, stop being a bunch of hypocrites. Okay, you don't have to support groups or whatever. But look, when you make arguments the way that you guys make it, you guys need to look at it fairly. You guys need to look at it from all points of view. Don't look at it from just your point of view, okay? Every time I watch one of these videos, every time I watch videos where Indians, sometimes I'll watch videos where Indians are criticizing her. I'll watch videos where blacks, some black people criticizing her. Look, you guys are a bunch of idiots, okay? This is one of your own, okay? This is one of your own getting representation in a field where there are very few of you. Just support her. Just support her, guys. Okay, I don't care, how you feel about her comedy. I don't care whether she's funny. I don't care about. Just support her. Because you know what? 20 years ago, that's what you guys had. That's what the blacks had to do. All right? Black people are racist as hell. All right? Racist as hell. Okay, when it comes to supporting their people. All right? They go full racial when supporting their people. And that's what you guys have to do. I don't know about, there's a little bit of a giveaway on that in 2019. Because a lot of them got famous, a lot of them are sitting around. It's very hard to be angry at certain things when you got money and stuff like that. But when they were coming up, most of these people were racist as hell. The most unfunniest shows, the most unfunniest comedians, the most unfunniest people, they actually supported them. So for all you Indians out there, Pakistanis, Arabs, or whatever, who are saying bad things about her, don't do that. Don't do that, okay? Because it's a stepping stone. It is a stepping stone, and pioneers like her needs to exist. They need to exist. All right, they need to exist. So she's the first person who's stepping on the moon from your race, from your people. Give her every single support. I don't care if her jokes are not funny. I don't care if anything, because they gave the same support. Black people gave the same support to black people over the last 20 years and continue to do so. All right, but that's the way it is. All right, for all you haters, no. It's too bad. Too late. All right, you guys, if you guys want to talk about social justice warriors and just bash them and stuff like that, it's too late. All right, should have started 20 years ago. You might have a chance to get back, you know, whatever was lost or whatever. You know, get back a certain culture during a certain time. But too late, guys. Okay, too late. You already let you already let the blacks in. You let the Jews in. All right, open that door for everybody else. Okay, because if you don't open that door for everybody else, everybody's gonna barge in and nobody's gonna give an F about you, the blacks in there, the whites in there, the Jews in there. You guys gonna have to move aside. You guys are gonna have to move aside. Even if you don't like it, too bad. All right, you're outnumbered. Enough of this bullshit, garbage. Enough with it. All right. A lot of your hate is actually based on racism. A lot of your hate is actually based on racism. All right. You won't admit it, but that's what a lot of your hate is based on. All right. Enough is enough. If she had a race card, believe me, she should be using it like a weapon, like the blacks have used it as a weapon, like the Jews have used it as a weapon with the anti-Semite card. And if she was smart about it, she should create some kind of Indian race card for these kind of situations. All right. So it's too easy for blacks and Jews to say you're racist, you're anti-Semitic. Too easy. All right. It's too easy for certain races to do that. All right. If certain races have that kind of weapon, every other race should have that kind of weapon too. Is my feeling on that. All right. Because okay, I am absolutely astonished at how and what certain races have gone over the last 20 years by just, you know, going and telling people that what they're doing is anti-Semitic, that what they're doing is racist. Okay, that's just wrong. It takes away accountability for these groups. It takes away so much accountability for these groups that they'll just, it's just wrong, man. You're just taking advantage of the situation. You're taking advantage of other people's place, barging into other people's lanes. But I'm going on and on about this. But you know, you know what I'm saying. All right, what I'm saying is the absolute truth. Don't need your BS about, you know, your criticism of her or anybody else trying to do their thing. Your criticism of gay people. Your criticism of women's rights groups. Your criticism of Asian Americans, Latino Americans who have issues with how they're represented and stuff like that. Just take a seat. Just take a seat, sit down, and let her do her thing, all right? Because whatever you guys want, you guys ain't gonna get. Sorry.